Earth, a small blue planet orbiting an average star, lost in the vastness of space. Yet Earth holds a unique place in the cosmos. It is a cradle of life, a place where, against all odds, life emerged and flourished. But Earth's story, our story, is not just one of chance. It is a tale interwoven with the threads of cosmic intervention, a story of beings from the stars who played a pivotal role in shaping our destiny. For millennia, humans have gazed up at the stars, wondering if we are alone. Ancient myths and legends whisper of gods descending from the heavens, of advanced beings who shared their knowledge with our ancestors. Could these stories be more than just myths? Could they hold a grain of truth about our true origins? The idea that we are not alone in the universe is no longer just the realm of science fiction. Scientists now believe that life could exist on countless planets throughout the cosmos. Some of these planets may even harbor intelligent civilizations far older than our own. Perhaps some of these civilizations have already mastered interstellar travel. And perhaps, just perhaps, one such civilization found its way to Earth eons ago. From the constellation of Orion, across the vast gulf of space, came the Anunnaki. These beings, godlike in their power and wisdom, saw in Earth a planet of immense potential. A planet rich in resources, with a burgeoning ecosystem ripe for the taking. Driven by a need for resources to sustain their own civilization, the Anunnaki set their sights on Earth. They arrived in their celestial chariots, their descent marking a pivotal moment in our planet's history. The Anunnaki, with their advanced technology, were unlike anything Earth had ever seen. They established their presence on Earth, drawn by the planet's abundant mineral wealth. Gold, a precious metal with unique properties, became their primary objective. They saw in Earth's gold the key to their own survival. Their arrival marked the beginning of a new era, one in which the fate of humanity would be forever intertwined with these celestial beings. The Anunnaki, facing the daunting task of extracting resources from a young and untamed Earth, devised a plan. They possessed knowledge far beyond that of early humans. They understood the building blocks of life. They knew the secrets of genetic manipulation. Drawing upon their advanced knowledge, the Anunnaki embarked on a daring and ambitious project. They sought to create a workforce capable of assisting them in their endeavors. Using their mastery of genetic engineering, they began to experiment with the life forms they found on Earth. Their focus turned to the hominids, the early ancestors of humanity. They saw in these primitive beings the potential for intelligence and adaptability. Through a series of complex genetic manipulations, the Anunnaki altered the very fabric of these beings. Their goal was to create a species strong enough for labor, yet subservient to their creators. Deep within their celestial citadels, the Anunnaki, masters of genetic engineering, embarked upon their audacious project. They envisioned a being crafted in their image, capable of understanding their commands and executing their will. These were not acts of malice, but rather a calculated necessity in their pursuit of resources. The Earth, teeming with life yet untouched by advanced intelligence, presented the raw materials for their grand experiment. They studied the hominids, these primitive bipedal creatures roaming the savannas, and recognized in them a spark of potential, a mind capable of learning, a body capable of toil. The Anunnaki possessed the knowledge to manipulate the very essence of life, to splice and recombine genetic material with precision unknown to modern science. Their tools were not those of scalpels and microscopes, but rather advanced technologies harnessed from the very fabric of the cosmos. Within their laboratories, bathed in otherworldly light, they unraveled the secrets of the human genome. They identified the genes responsible for intelligence, strength, and obedience. With each adjustment, each manipulation, they inched closer to their goal. Theirs was a meticulous process, a delicate balancing act between preserving the essential nature of the hominid and instilling the desired traits. The Anunnaki, guided by their celestial wisdom, approached the task of creation not with the arrogance of gods, but with the precision of master craftsmen. They understood the delicate balance of life, the intricate interplay of genetics and environment. Their interventions were not random acts of creation, but rather calculated adjustments designed to enhance the hominid form. They enhanced the hominid brain, expanding its capacity for learning, memory, and abstract thought. They strengthened the human physique, enabling it to withstand the rigors of labor. With each generation, the hominids under their care grew closer to the Anunnaki's vision, a race of beings capable of understanding their commands and carrying out their will. Yet, in their pursuit of the perfect worker, the Anunnaki were careful not to extinguish the spark of individuality, the capacity for creativity and innovation that would one day propel humanity to greatness. They recognized that a truly valuable workforce required not just obedience, but also the ability to solve problems, to adapt to new challenges. The culmination of the Anunnaki's efforts was nothing short of miraculous. From the clay of earth and the essence of their own being, they had fashioned a new species. These were not mere automatons, but beings capable of thought, emotion, and even spiritual awareness. They stood as a testament to the Anunnaki's mastery over the forces of life itself. The moment of creation, as described in ancient texts, was not a singular event but a gradual process of refinement. It was a time of experimentation, of trial and error, as the Anunnaki sought to perfect their creation. And as the final touches were applied, as the last genetic sequences fell into place, something truly extraordinary occurred. The newly formed humans drew their first breath, their eyes opening to the world with a mixture of fear and wonder. In that instant, a connection was forged, a bond between creator and creation that would shape the destiny of both races for millennia to come. The Anunnaki looked upon their handiwork and saw that it was good. They had succeeded in creating a race of beings capable of easing their burdens and assisting them in their quest for resources. Millennia passed, and the Anunnaki's experiment unfolded. Humans, initially little more than intelligent laborers, began to thrive under their creator's watchful eyes. The Anunnaki, though driven by their own needs, provided structure and guidance to their creations. They taught humans agriculture, enabling them to cultivate the land and harness the bounty of nature. They introduced basic engineering principles, instructing humans in the construction of simple structures and tools. The Anunnaki, despite their advanced technology, were careful not to overwhelm their creations with knowledge they were not yet ready to comprehend. They ruled with a firm but benevolent hand, ensuring the survival and gradual advancement of their human workforce. Under their tutelage, humans began to form rudimentary societies, their lives still dictated by the needs of their creators, yet slowly evolving beyond mere servitude. The Anunnaki, observing the progress of their creations, found themselves increasingly reliant on human ingenuity. What began as a simple transaction, labor for survival, evolved into a complex relationship of interdependence. Humans, though still subservient, began to demonstrate a remarkable capacity for innovation, adapting the Anunnaki's teachings to their unique environment and needs. The seeds of human civilization, sown in the fertile ground of Earth, began to sprout under the watchful gaze of the Anunnaki. Humans, no longer content with mere survival, began to express their innate creativity. Language blossomed, allowing for the transmission of knowledge and the weaving of intricate stories. Music and art emerged, expressions of the human spirit yearning for something beyond the mundane. The Anunnaki, though initially focused on resource extraction, found themselves intrigued by the burgeoning culture of their creations. They recognized in humans a spark of their own creative essence, a reflection of the divine spark present in all life. They encouraged the development of human skills, recognizing that a more sophisticated workforce would ultimately serve their own purposes. Cities arose, centers of trade, learning, and cultural exchange. The Anunnaki, though maintaining their distance as overseers, provided guidance and occasional intervention, ensuring that human progress remained on a trajectory that served their needs. Yet with each passing generation, the bond between creator and creation grew more complex. The lines between master and servant began to blur. As human civilization flourished, so too did a yearning for autonomy. Whispers of discontent, once muted and scattered, began to echo through the crowded marketplaces and resonate within the sacred groves. The Anunnaki, for all their wisdom, had underestimated the inherent human desire for freedom, the unyielding yearning to forge their own destiny. The seeds of rebellion were sown not in hatred, but in the very progress the Anunnaki had nurtured. As humans grew more knowledgeable, more aware of their own capabilities, they began to question the authority of their creators. The stories passed down through generations, once filled with reverence for the Anunnaki, began to take on a different tone, one of questioning, of seeking understanding beyond the pronouncements of their creators. The Anunnaki, accustomed to obedience, initially dismissed these stirrings as the growing pains of a young species. They failed to grasp the depth of human sentiment, the unwavering spirit that yearned to break free from the shackles of servitude. The stage was set for a clash of ideologies, a conflict that would determine the fate of both races, a conflict rooted not in malice, but in the fundamental forces of creation and evolution. The Anunnaki, those architects of humanity, surveyed their creation with a mixture of pride and apprehension. The humans, once subservient laborers, had blossomed into a complex and often unpredictable species. Their cities, bustling with activity, were a testament to their ingenuity. Their art and music, filled with passion and longing, hinted at a depth of spirit the Anunnaki had not anticipated. Within the Grand Council chambers of the Anunnaki, a debate raged. Some argued for continued control, for tighter reins on their creations to prevent further unrest. Others, however, saw in humanity's burgeoning independence a sign of their success, a reflection of their own divine spark. The time had come for a decision, one that would determine the fate of both races. The Anunnaki, bound by their own laws of non-interference, faced a dilemma. They could not simply crush the burgeoning human spirit without violating the very principles that govern their own existence. To intervene directly would be to stifle the natural evolution of their creation. And so they arrived at a momentous decision, a decision to step back, to allow humanity to forge its own destiny, for better or worse. The news of the Anunnaki's impending departure spread like wildfire through human settlements. Some rejoiced, seeing it as a victory for freedom, an opportunity to finally claim their own destiny. Others trembled, fearing the unknown, the loss of their creator's guidance. The world, once seemingly immutable under the Anunnaki's watchful eyes, now felt fragile, uncertain. The Anunnaki, true to their word, began their withdrawal. Their celestial chariots, once a common sight in the skies, became a rare spectacle, their gleaming forms receding into the heavens like fading stars. They left behind their cities, their monuments, their technology, testaments to their presence, now silent and enigmatic, left for humanity to ponder and decipher. Before their final departure, the Anunnaki imparted a final message to their creations. They spoke of the importance of balance, of the responsibility that came with freedom. They warned against the temptations of greed and the dangers of unchecked ambition. And then, with a solemn farewell, they departed, leaving humanity to face the challenges and triumphs of a future unwritten. Humanity, now shepherdless, grappled with newfound autonomy. The old ways, the structures and beliefs that had defined their existence for millennia, crumbled in the wake of the Anunnaki's absence. A period of chaos and uncertainty descended upon the world. Tribes warred for dominance, natural disasters tested their resilience, and the absence of their creators left a void in their collective psyche. Yet even in the darkest hours, a glimmer of hope emerged from an unexpected source. As if drawn by the unfolding drama on Earth, Another race of celestial beings, the Asharu, arrived. Unlike the Anunnaki, who had sought resources and labor, the Asharu came as guides, as observers, their hearts filled with compassion for the fledgling species struggling to find its footing. The Asharu, with their gentle wisdom and ethereal grace, were a stark contrast to the imposing presence of the Anunnaki. They did not seek to rule or control, but rather to observe, to guide, to nurture the seeds of potential they saw within humanity. Their arrival marked the beginning of a new chapter in human history, one defined not by servitude or extraction, but by the pursuit of knowledge, spiritual growth, and harmonious coexistence. The Asharu, with their serene presence, moved among humans not as gods demanding worship, but as teachers offering guidance. Their arrival calmed the turbulent waters of a world still reeling from the Anunnaki's departure. They saw in humanity not a flawed experiment, but a species brimming with untapped potential, yearning for direction in the wake of their creator's absence. Their teachings, whispered on the wind and etched onto the fabric of reality itself, spoke of interconnectedness, the delicate balance between all living things. They taught humans to see the divine spark, not just in themselves, but in every creature, every tree, every rock, every element of the natural world. Their wisdom resonated deep within the human soul, awakening a forgotten harmony. Unlike the Anunnaki's pragmatic instructions focused on survival and labor, the Asharu's teachings delved into the realms of consciousness, energy, and the unseen forces that shaped the universe. They spoke of the power of intention, the interconnectedness of all things, and the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. Their presence was a soothing balm on a civilization scarred by uncertainty, their wisdom a beacon illuminating a path towards a brighter future. Under the Asharu's gentle guidance, humans began to rediscover a path they had long forgotten, a path of balance and harmony. They learned to listen to the whispers of the wind, the rustling of leaves, the ancient wisdom encoded within the natural world. They began to understand that they were not separate from nature, but an integral part of its intricate web. The Asharu, masters of energy manipulation, revealed to receptive human minds the hidden currents that flowed through the earth, the cosmos, and every living being. They taught them techniques to harness these energies for healing, for growth, for communion with the world around them. Villages transformed into havens of peace, their inhabitants living in symbiotic relationships with nature, their lives a testament to the Asharu's teachings. Wars ceased, replaced by councils where differences were resolved through dialogue and compromise. The pursuit of power and dominance waned, replaced by a collective desire for knowledge, understanding, and spiritual enlightenment. Humanity, once a species on the brink of self-destruction, began to heal, to rebuild, to rediscover its place in the grand symphony of existence. The Asharu, unlike the Anunnaki, who left behind tangible evidence of their presence, chose to impart their legacy through whispers and impressions, through subtle nudges to the human spirit. They understood that true knowledge, true wisdom, could not be imposed, but must be discovered, internalized, and passed down through generations. They guided the construction of temples, not as monuments to themselves, but as focal points for meditation and connection to the cosmos. These structures, aligned with celestial bodies and imbued with subtle energies, became centers of learning and spiritual practice. Within their hallowed halls, human consciousness expanded, drawing upon the wisdom of the Asharu, unlocking hidden potentials within themselves. As human understanding deepened, so too did their ability to harness the subtle forces of the universe. They rediscovered ancient healing arts, learned to communicate through telepathy and empathy, and began to explore the nature of consciousness itself. The Asharu observed these developments with quiet satisfaction, knowing that their true legacy lay not in monuments or artifacts, but in the awakened hearts and minds of their human protégés. The celestial ballet continues. Earth, having witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the birth and transformation of species, spins onward. The legacy of the Anunnaki and the Asharu, once vibrant presences in human affairs, has faded into the mists of time. Their grand cities, their soaring spacecraft, their very existence have become the stuff of legends, whispered in hushed tones around flickering firelight. Yet, their influence lingers. The Anunnaki, those ambitious architects of our species, left an indelible mark on our very being. Our capacity for innovation, our relentless drive to shape the world around us, echoes their ancient ambitions. We are, in a very real sense, their inheritors, carrying within us the echoes of their celestial legacy. The Asharu, those gentle shepherds of our souls, left a subtler but no less profound imprint. Their teachings, passed down through generations of mystics, healers, and seekers of wisdom, remind us of our connection to something larger than ourselves. Their emphasis on balance, harmony, and respect for all life forms continues to inspire our yearning for a more just and sustainable world. Humanity, for all its flaws and contradictions, possesses an enduring spirit, a resilience forged in the crucible of countless challenges, triumphs, and failures. We are a species capable of both great compassion and unimaginable cruelty, of soaring ambition and profound humility. We are, in essence, a paradox, a microcosm of the vast, enigmatic universe from which we sprang. The story of our origins, whether viewed through the lens of science or mythology, serves as a powerful reminder of our place in the cosmos. We are not, as once believed, the center of creation, but rather a single note in a grand symphony, a fleeting spark in the vast cosmic tapestry. And yet, within that spark lies an unfathomable potential for creativity, for love, for understanding. We carry within us the echoes of the Anunnaki's ambition and the Asharu's wisdom. We are capable of both shaping the world to our will and living in harmony with the natural order. The choice ultimately is ours. We stand at a crossroads. The challenges facing humanity, climate change, social injustice, technological disruption, are unprecedented in their scope and complexity. Yet so too are the opportunities. We possess the knowledge, the tools, and the collective spirit to create a future that honors both our celestial heritage and our responsibility to future generations. As we gaze out at the starlit sky, let us remember the lessons of the past. Let us embrace the Anunnaki's thirst for knowledge and innovation, but temper it with the Asharu's wisdom and compassion. Let us strive to create a world where technology serves humanity, not the other way around, a world where diversity is celebrated and where all beings have the opportunity to thrive. The universe is a vast and mysterious place filled with endless possibilities. Our journey has just begun. Let us move forward with courage, curiosity, and a deep respect for the delicate web of life that sustains us all. Let us create a future worthy of our celestial origins, a future where humanity embraces its role as both a steward of Earth and a citizen of the cosmos.